Morning, girls. How we doing? We are back here again with Amberlynn Reid. A wee bit late for this one. It is Feedee allegations, living life at £600, and resenting Alexis. Part one. I'm assuming this is the Q&A. I saw all this stuff come out and I was like, okay, this is the standard stuff she's going to do. But then when it's like so broken up, it's like, okay. And then I saw the part one. I've heard that there are rumors that apparently Tommy is already back. That's why I said when she was like, I decided to fight on and keep going with this long distance relationship. I was like, I don't think it's a long distance relationship if you're visiting each other every 2 weeks, like for 3 weeks at a time. You know, I don't think that even counts. Then it's just like less time when you're apart than when you're together. I'm assuming because she's gone down to visit her so soon afterwards. I can only imagine it is to film content for feeder sites. I know there's all that walnut stuff. Walnut? What's walnut? I think it was walnut. Yeah, it's walnut. All that walnut stuff that came out. I think Amber had even done like a community tab post about it where she pretty much implied that the police are going to get involved or something because it's legal and defamation also, which would be civil, not legal. So you wouldn't be getting like law enforcement involved with it. All right, cool. She's made these threats a million times, so I don't think anything will actually come of it. Like I said, I'm not 100% sold with the evidence that I've seen so far. I haven't gone digging still because I've been very busy, so I'm late for this one. But I could totally imagine it. I think she's been feeling herself a lot more. I do believe that she is the one who leaked the crumble crumble video. I think she's the one who did that. So yeah, I do imagine that's why they're meeting up so often. And it's because like Amber doesn't make a huge amount on YouTube anymore. Like she certainly gets decent views with like 30 to 40,000 views per video. Sometimes more than that if it's like a good clickbait title. They haven't even see what this one gets. That's pretty good. Do I think you could live off it? Not at the rate she uploads at. Because I've had videos that make like 30,000, have like 30,000 views before. And like you get decent money, I guess. But like you certainly couldn't live off putting up, 2 a week. You certainly couldn't live off maybe 3 a week even. I don't know. Maybe I have higher standards than some people. I have no fucking idea. I just imagine she spends a lot of money on food. So I assume she has to be supplementing her income some way, especially when she keeps trying to pretend that she isn't buying everything for all of her family, that she's buying everything for Tommy, and Tommy's instead paying for everything. I don't buy it. I think she has to be supplementing in some way.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So this is part one of a 4-part series where I answer 100 of your questions, and I think it's questions I've never answered before. But who knows? I've been on YouTube for 11 years, so I don't really remember what I've shared.
Well, you should, because most of the time it's like your favorite color, or like, I don't know, your favorite band, or have you listened to the Billie Eilish song or something like that. I feel like you should know. How about you just don't answer the nonsense ones? But I guess you can't really. Because imagine if you are one of her fans, okay? You are one of her fans, you come into this going like, I'm going to ask her, does she ever want to get married one day? Something stupid like that. I guarantee there's going to be a question here being like, do you want to marry Tommy? Because half of them are probably written by herself. But imagine if you come on and go like, oh, I can't wait for a new Q&A series. And it's like, Feedee allegations, resenting Alexis. That woman who came out and said I was having like weird polycule triplet relationships with a whole bunch of people at different times, and we're doing Feedee videos and farting on each other. Well, also my new girlfriend, the way she doesn't want to get crushed under my tummy. It's just like, I just wanted to know if you were going to get married. Just imagine if you're just some like normal fucker and not like a Gorlworld person or like a hater or someone into the lol cows. Is it even possible for someone like that? Because especially not with like Chantel. Like literally no one follows Chantel that is like a normal human. I mean on both sides. I'm including myself in that. But there's no way there's somebody who's like, I really like couples vlogs. Oh, I'm going to watch Chantel. No one in the world has ever said that. Everyone's there for the fucking mess.
So I promised you guys that I would upload every other day, and I'm going to be super busy for the next like 10 days or so, and I'm not going to be able to have time to edit my videos. I will still be filming.
Why not? The reason she's doing that is because after, obviously, she's going to then do this big dramatic reveal. Goes, oh, by the way, Tommy was here, and it was special. It's the best day ever. Oh my God, I love it so much. All the usual shit we get from her. But you're just like, bro, you've seen her so much recently. It's like, when you first start dating someone, you're like constantly wanting to be together. You're constantly writing. You're constantly wanting some form of connection. But as time goes on, like, you're kind of okay with like a day or two apart or whatever, and it kind of grows from there. You're like absolutely fine with it because you've seen each other so much. She is like constantly with Tommy. So like, it's like, she's visiting for 10 days. It's going to be busy constantly. It's like, well, firstly, none of your life is busy, like ever, just at all. The only thing you were able to show you previously did with Tommy when you actually went out to Wisconsin was you went out to bars, which is what you did here. And that's a nighttime event. So I'm pretty sure you have all day to do shit.
though. So I am pre-recording in this moment. So I figured the best way to do that, to continue my schedule and to give you guys content, is to create this 4-part series. So since there are 100 questions, it is 25 questions per part. So let's get into the first one. So I just want to preface this that I got all of these questions on random social media platforms where I was like, you guys, I'm doing a Q&A on YouTube. Send me in your questions.
You can give all the disclaimers you want, but no one fucking believes you.
All right. So the first one is, who are your top 5 artists on Spotify Wrapped this year? Billie Eilish was my number.
Did you ask yourself this one there? Oh my, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Is the next one going to be what's your favorite color? Like, bro, I could have answered Billie Eilish.
Number 1, which is not surprising. Second is Banks, also not surprising. Third is a band called Mansion Air, love them. Fourth, Montel Fish, love him. His music is so good. The fifth one I'm a little shocked by. It's The Weeknd.
I know The Weeknd's a meme for her. People like joke about The Weeknd a bunch, but I don't remember why.
How often do you recommend that I wash my hair? So I'm
This is who I'd ask. Hey, look at all this fucking mess going on here. Hey, can I have some beauty advice? Because you're a stunner.
no hair doctor over here, but I do know that every hair is different, so I really don't know what to tell you. But I have noticed
that's why it doesn't make sense that they asked you this fucking question.
that the healthiest
This is the thing. She's going to do this whole thing. Well, I just picked 25 at random, which is obviously fucking nonsense. But you could maybe just like, I don't know, if you read a question, if I decide to do a Q&A, and I went through and I picked like 25 questions, and like one was like, hello, Potato Man, please tell me your personal address. I wouldn't be like, well, I have to answer it. Like, I would just go to the next one. I wouldn't care that one got selected by random. I'd be like, nope, next one. And I'd just pick the next one. And if it was something like, do you like sausages? It would be like, I'm not going to answer that one either, because why would I waste time answering that?
Hair is if you wash it just a couple times a week. Speaking of hair, I do get this question a lot. Would you ever cut your hair into a ball?
Oh my God.
Not.
Oh my, I don't know if I've ever answered these questions before, guys, about my favorite music and also about if I'd cut my hair. I don't know. Oh my, I have covered her answering this question at least 4 times in the time I've been covering her.
That is not my style. I don't think it would look good on me.
It wouldn't.
It looks good on other people.
Does this look good on you?
But that is not my thing. I love my hair long.
Do
that
you?
Is how I've always loved it.
Is it because it gives you a personality trait? Like I knew a girl in school whose entire thing was she just never cut her hair, and it's one of those like things where you sat down, she was like sitting on her hair, and that was her personality. She fucking loved talking about her hair. It's like, yeah, we know, bro. You grew out. It's like I'll use a male example. It's like a guy whose beard is their personality. Like they've just grown their beard out, and they keep talking about their fucking beard and what they have to do to keep maintaining it and stuff like that. It's like, bro, I just cannot pretend to care. It is a beard.
In my early 20s, I did chop it all off. If I can find some photos, I'll post them here. But my hair was down to my butt. I'm
assuming she didn't then.
into the salon, literally just wanting a hair trim, and I left with my hair to my shoulders, and I cried. Wow. Yes, I did. It was the biggest mistake. I will never do it again. Have you?
You're ugly, but you're always ugly, so I don't know if that really changes anything.
Ever been to Disneyland? I have.
Oh my fucking God. No.
I've been twice. Both times I went, I was 17. So if you guys remember me sharing, my foster mom did pass away recently, and it was actually that foster mom that made that dream come true for me. I know this is...
Wow, are you going to pretend to care about her now suddenly, even though you've never mentioned her before, apart from, I think, that one story?
Went off on something completely different, but a lot of people have heard me talk a lot of bad things about foster care, because I do have a lot of bad experiences in foster care. Yep. I will not deny that, but there are some positives as well. And
imagine having to like now try and just rewrite your history and be like, no, I know you idiots think that you remember me saying things. Well, I did. However, incorrect also. Never mind. Actually, it was never about this particular one. This one that I'm now trying to like leech sympathy off or whatever the fuck. What is she? Why is this even on the internet? Why are we hearing about this? This is so it's so bizarre to me. Someone who you knew nearly 20 years ago at this point. Okay, bro. Cool.
That is one of them. Are you going to continue sharing fan art? No, not in that way, because it was just something
Who fucking decided to ask that? Was it Lord Shorty?
Wanted to add as a part of Vlogmas that I thought was really fun, and I enjoy doing it. Do you have any...
About 3/4 of the way through.
New Year's resolutions? Honestly...
How many... I don't even know how many questions are in. These are a blur. They're so bad.
Normally, I have a whole list of resolutions and goals and
not
things I want to succeed at, and I never follow through with any of them. So I think it's just really easy and manageable if I sit here and say, I just want to improve as a person. Or
fucking good luck, bro. Maybe you should take that into account when you're like buying all the new like diaries and planners and journals.
That's mentally, physically, spiritually. Like, I am very like into the universe, and I believe that the universe and me are connected. I know that's
just because you're the size of one doesn't fucking mean you're connected. Where is the spiritual? I'm spiritual? Then how do you explain your genuinely awful existence? If you were like one of those people who genuinely thinks like the universe is like sending energy to you and all that kind of shit, how would you like rationalize away this? Like this?
Sounds weird to some people, but that's okay. Like, I really just want to
be
so
quirky.
Like, just a better person in general, and I know I can start that anytime, and I have definitely improved over the years, but 2025...
You haven't. Like, just because you say you have, it shows that you haven't improved over the years in the fact that you're sucking your own dick when there's been no improvement. Especially when we're going to get on to, like, this kind of shit soon.
I really do want to focus more on, like, the therapy aspect and, like, improving my health aspect.
It has been, like, a solid year and 3 months, I think, since she went to therapy last. Sorry, claimed to go to therapy last because she decided not to do it ever since she moved to Oklahoma.
To not really like set out flat out goals, more so just every day, even if it's just me being 1% better than I was the day before. What was your favorite and least favorite part of Vlogmas this year? So easily my least favorite was the beginning. It was highly saturated in the fact that I was going through a lot of...
Did ChatGPT write this? It was highly saturated in the fact... Who the fuck says that? That's a genuinely weird statement. I knew that was going to be the question. Also, like, what's that best and worst part of Vlogmas? She didn't do anything. Like, why are you even asking? I went on a little rant for anyone who didn't see. There's one video where I noticed that she had asked this Q&A thing. And I decided to read some of the comments and answer them as Amber. And Jesus, I think one of them I was 100% right. I think it was the Alexis one that she did in the previous video there. I was like pretty much 100% right with what she said because it was just so obvious that's how she would talk. I'm sorry, this is just, that's really the best I have. Imagine going in and asking that question, what is the best and worst? She didn't do anything. There's no peaks, there's no troughs, if everything in her life's a flat line.
Mental health and heartbreak because I was missing Rarity while also being attacked because I was neglectful in a situation where it was never my intent. Accidentally leaving that door open.
So she's like a month later and she just finally admits that she was neglectful.
Open, literally altered my life. And
altered your life, clearly. You look really broken up about it. Things have really, really changed for you here, bro. I'm sorry, it's so weird that she's going with the neglectful thing. When I specifically remember her saying, you can't call me neglectful, because that means everyone who's ever lost a pet is neglectful. And like smirked at the camera. Like she was like, owned you guys, you can't come back to that one.
In the worst way possible. And not only was I being attacked for a mistake that literally broke me and shattered me,
clearly.
I was being told that I was lying about the situation, which I wasn't. And I was also being told that a cat that was found deceased was Rarity, which definitely was not the case either. So it was
you don't know definitely because you didn't actually check to see if it was the case. So you can't say it definitely was not because you personally decided to not check in any way and apparently just went off a voicemail that may or may not have even existed because for some reason you weren't able to show any of the details of the caller, even though it was from an organization that you named, so surely you should have just been able to show their public phone number.
It's a lot at once while already going through mental health problems.
Oh my God.
But I noticed once I handled the Rarity situation privately, instead of like broadcasting every single 2 seconds if there's an update or not.
It's so weird. It's almost like you came out, clickbaited it like fuck, tried to make money off it, and then once everyone was shitting on you and you didn't really have anywhere else to go with it, because how can you go anywhere else from it? Like, where do you go? It's just like, day 17. Still haven't left the house, still haven't gone looking for her. So she got to a point where she's like, I don't know what, fucking never mind. I'm just going to pretend that I'm a victim here. I'm going to pretend that everyone is mean and bullying me. And then I'm just going to say I'm not going to ever talk about it again. But also, like, literally just keep talking about it.
Noticed the backlash and the rumors lessened, and that definitely helped with my mental health and my heartbreak, to be honest.
Cringe.
I would say the best part of Vlogmas was the fact that I completed it, and instead of letting my depression stop me from decorating for Christmas like it did last year.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Bro, you did it as content. I'm sorry, that's not like some great victory. You had nothing going on, you couldn't leave your house, so you needed something to do inside your house. So you kind of put a few things around. That was it.
I said, screw that. We're going to decorate for Christmas because I feel like that'll actually help my mood. And it genuinely did. Have you ever had a boyfriend before?
Wow.
Yes, I've had multiple boyfriends, but it was all like when I was a teenager.
I've had much of the sex because I am much of the desirable.
And a kid, never as an adult. No. Have you ever considered digital planning? No, never. Because I really love physical planners. I love physically writing.
Oh, okay.
For the longest, I was reading.
Does anyone give a shit? I'm sorry, follow-up question. Does anyone give a shit?
In so many novels, and I was reading like the physical books, and then people were like, you should try a Kindle, you should try a Kindle. So then in my brain, I was like, you know what, let me try a Kindle, because there's like this cute little small Kindle that I ended up buying. I was like, it's so adorable. And I realized it's just not for me. I feel like some things for me, I just can't do technology based.
Wow. Like everything? Like driving? Like being behind the wheel of a car. That's just too much for you technology-wise.
Reading and also, you know, planning. Those are things I just enjoy doing, like physically, with a book, with a pen, etc.
Wow, so interesting.
Do you resent Alexis for bringing up the crumble cookie video? Honestly, no. It's really not that big of a deal.
It's honestly not that big of a deal, even though I claimed that I was violated by numerous people because of it. It's water under the bridge. I don't even particularly care. It really, for just that, wasn't it like the whole like publicly going at it? I have to admit, I personally never believed the Alexis thing was like real. That's why I didn't cover it. I made it at that point. I thought the whole thing was a clusterfuck. I don't know if I bought any of it. I'm sorry. Alexis is just an attention seeker. The only time she has like suddenly shied away and disappeared from the world was when there was finally a picture of her looking fat online and everyone laughed at her because she was such a fucking catfish. That's the only time she's disappeared from public view. She is an attention seeker, just like Amber. It would not surprise me if they organized that entire, like, weird I need to confront you on live stream for a person who had never appeared on any videos or live streams before. But no, we needed to have this phone call via live stream, guys, because if I don't, you'll just lie to me. It's like, yep, definitely never lied on a live stream before.
Deal to me. I'm an adult. I'm a sexual human being. I'm very sex positive.
You've never had sex? What are you talking about? It's so weird. This is genuinely like a Reddit virgin trying to tell me how to do fucking doggy style. It's weird.
Not a prude, pretty open book, so I don't really care, actually.
Sure.
What I care about is people behind my back being creepy and sending it to reaction channels. Now that's weird. And I'm very glad that Alexis never did that. What moment in the last couple...
But you don't know that she didn't. So, like, was that entire story, like, fake? Because, you know, she has written... I honestly, it would not surprise me if she's written pretty much every single one of these, because they're like... Because no one likes her. You can scroll for days in her comment section, and you do not see positive comments to her. Because people don't like her. Because, like, and rightly so, she's, like, an unlikable person. But you never see these... you never really see these popping up. There's like, have you considered cutting your hair? I like bobs. Weirdly, I never see that. People asking her favorite color. Weirdly, I don't see it. If she's listening to the Billie Eilish song, weirdly, never see that one either. It's so weird. It's almost like this one was also probably fake, just so she could once again try and rerun that storyline with the crumble cookie thing, to try and once again say, oh, it's definitely Erica, you know, the whole Valentine person, and it's not Alexis, because, well, it's not. The end.
Couple of years made you grow the most as a person? Living alone. Absolutely. The first time I ever lived alone.
But you've regressed. So much so that you, like, need a girlfriend who is, like, totally your mommy and Tommy. That rhymed. That was fucking bars. You, like, got fatter. You've, like, just fallen apart. It seems you've uploaded considerably less because you say the weight of the world is really bearing down on you here and everything is so much harder for you and your mental health has been just considerably worse. So, like, clearly it hasn't helped you grow. Surely if you're growing as a person, you should come out the other side, like, stronger, smarter, better, anyway.
Was when I was 32, and I'm now 34. I'm telling you, I genuinely believed in my soul for a majority of my life that I had to live with someone, that that's the only way I was going to be happy. Because I was always scared to be alone. But you guys, I'm telling you.
But you are scared to be alone. Because you have to have your girlfriend, like, FaceTiming you 24/7 because you're a jealous, weird, paranoid freak. You are still scared of being alone.
When I thrive when I live by myself.
Where?
I absolutely love it.
Look at this woman thriving in front of you, crowd.
Love it, and it's helped me grow as a person 100%. If you
it has. Just like Tommy's helped you grow as a person.
Go back and never have made YouTube videos, would you? No, I absolutely would have still done YouTube.
What are you talking about? Like, what was that? Like I said, once again, I just assume another question from her. What are you talking about? Would you ever just quit YouTube? No, obviously she wouldn't. She's paid to be fat and talk about herself online, and she's a fat narcissist. She loves it.
I probably would have just done it differently. I know the YouTube game. I know what people want, but I also know that there are things.
How are those rapidly declining views? How are they good? Are they doing well for you? Those rapidly declining views. So, like, you know the YouTube game. You know you're so much smarter than you of, let's say, 6 years ago, who used to get 100,000 views per video. How are those 30,000 views doing for you?
Things I have said and done online that I would have never done because I
would never have randomly accused people of rape. Just little silly things like that.
As a 34-year-old woman, I have learned from those things and learned from my mistakes. Do you plan on seeing?
Wait, no, because you randomly accused some Casey of raping you pretty much. However long it was she posted that, 8 years ago she posted that whole thing. And a day ago, you accused someone of revenge porn. So I don't know if you've grown.
Wicked. I have never seen the original Wicked, but with the clips I've seen of the new one, it genuinely looks pretty interesting. So yes, I do plan on watching.
It looks pretty interesting. That is just another AI answer. That is, people don't actually talk like that unless they're just genuinely potato IQ. I watched it and it looked interesting. What does interesting mean to you? Interesting in terms of art is so nothing. It is generally I don't know what to say thing.
Watching it. What is the last thing you ate? I had Buffalo Wild
Everything.
Wings and I got boneless chicken. The sauce I got on there was Asian Zing. I really like their boneless chicken because it's dry. And even the pieces of chicken.
She's a dry girly. Did you hear her go dry? Missy laughed to herself because she said one of her catchphrases because she's famous, guys.
That I normally would never go for, which are kind of the bigger pieces, they're still dry. I'm
Sure.
okay, pop off. And I've never once seen a weird piece of chicken. So if you're weird about chicken, but you enjoy a good...
Oh yeah, we did kind of forget about the food anxiety thing entirely. It's so weird. Is it because now Tommy is back with her again, so she doesn't have to worry about doing the whole I'm so scared of this chicken, guys, but I have to eat because I'm starving. Is she not doing that whole weird kink roleplay anymore?
boneless wing, I highly recommend Buffalo Wild Wings. I also got potato wedges from there. What was the real reason?
And I also got potato wedges from there. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Strike a pose. Because, guys, you remember, she's a dry girl, and she shit herself eating a potato. Do you remember? She's famous. Those are famous things. She was talked to by the ranchman. Guys, she's famous. Those are catchphrases. It's a situation type deal moment.
Reason you went back to Oklahoma and didn't stay in Wisconsin? Because I have a whole ass apartment. I have a whole life here. I love my...
Do you? You don't have a full life anywhere. I am including both states. You put them together. Still not a full life.
Apartment. I love living alone. I do believe
Clearly,
that Tommy...
That's clearly why you have to live with her for 3 months, go home for 2 weeks, and then bring her back again for 10 days. Clearly, love being by yourself.
Person is my home. But in a responsible way, I belong here right now. So that is why we are currently in a long distance relationship. But
you're not.
I do see us moving in together in the future. How did you even hold
God, crazy. You were just with her for 3 months. You were with her half the length of time that you knew her. Of course I could see you moving in together.
Snake, because it honestly looked so terrifying. That's what my mom said, but I love snakes.
I don't think anyone asked this question. How did you hold that snake? Like everyone else does.
Always love snakes. I will say it was exhilarating because it is a huge snake. It is by far the biggest snake I have ever held in my life. But I wasn't scared. I don't know. Did you really think that?
I don't know. It's maybe because I lived alone, guys. It just made me grow as a person.
That Jordy was stalking you? No, absolutely not. I never once thought that. Was there a particular
Well, you
reason
probably
you
did.
stopped sharing your weight? So as you guys know, I have done Ozempic /
That's the thing. She can answer a question on how did you pick up a big spoopy snake? Is it spoopy? She can answer that for 20 seconds with numerous paragraphs about fucking nothing. And it's why did you randomly accuse Jordy of stalking you? And I actually didn't think he was. Moving on. That was it. That was the entire answer.
Semaglutide twice. The first time I did it, when I stopped, I gained so much weight
God.
so freaking fast.
We're
I had a
doing this
weird feeling it was
again.
going to happen again, and I tried really hard not to let it happen. But sadly, I didn't try hard enough. It is very
I didn't try hard enough to say, Tommy, do you know what? Four courses at 5. Okay, one more course.
very common that once you stop taking it, you gain your weight back. So normally, I wouldn't have cared to share that because I've always shared that. But then all of a sudden...
Well, no, you haven't, because you've directly admitted that you've lied on numerous occasions about your weight. So, stop being weird with that.
all these rumors about my girlfriend were happening that were not true because that is not the way our relationship is.
Well, it's true. Your girlfriend is a feeder. That is true. You actually have confirmed that yourself, because you said that was the relationship she had with her previous girlfriend, and they only did that stuff because it made them money so they could travel back and forth and see each other. So, no, you actually have already confirmed that your girlfriend is a feeder.
I knew that if I came on here and said, I'm gaining weight because that's how the cookie crumbles, no pun intended.
Cookie crumble cookie!
Blame her when ultimately it was my doing, and it's the pattern that I've had my whole life since I was literally like 10 years old when I had my first diet. It was just easier.
That's so crazy. Maybe we go to therapy.
For me not to share those things anymore. I want to protect and cherish the people in my life that I care about. The rumors about Tommy.
That's literally just you, though. You don't care about fucking anyone. It's weird.
Are not true.
Well, you already confirmed they are.
I'm nervous to try semaglutide again. I'm definitely both excited
and
nervous, and I will definitely share more.
You already talked about this in the announcement video.
Of that as I talk more about my journey. Will you ever admit you were actually 600 pounds? I am telling you, human to human, face to face, like
well, you're about 4 humans, so I'm feeling crowded up on here. Can we just not? You've admitted that you lie often. You admit that you troll often. So just saying, actually, I'm going to tell you the truth here. It means literally nothing to me.
I know you're not here, but I'm acting as if you are. If I was 600 pounds, I would not be able to move. I'm saying that based on like no.
Well, you would, because like you've claimed you're 589 pounds and you were able to move. I don't think 10 pounds is the tipping point.
How I feel now at the weight that I am. If I was 600 pounds, I would not be able to fit in my mother's car, let alone.
Well, literally everyone has seen My 600-Pound Life. Literally everyone has seen that show with incredibly fat people, even driving themselves, not being driven, driving themselves. So this whole thing about like, oh well, actually, if I was heavier, I couldn't be heavier because I can't get in a car. Literally, I think most people follow you also follow 600-Pound Life.
Oh, and do things and walk around stores and go to bingo. It would not be happening.
It would
Can
be.
you show your watch time on TikTok and Instagram? Sure. When someone asked this question, I screenshotted it just so I can remember because my memory is shit. I don't really go on TikTok and Instagram, as you can see. It does show on.
Who would care? Like, honestly, who even notices a stat? Your watch time? I thought it was like time, because what you said, I don't really go on TikTok a lot. I'm assuming the watch time is her watching things. I was expecting people were asking for like, kind of like on YouTube, you have like a watch hours, like how many hours of your content have you watched. I thought they were going like that, but it wouldn't make sense if she's talking about like this.
Friday that I was on TikTok for a bit more than usual. It's because I was gathering these questions.
Sure. So on average, she only watches like, let's say, 20, considerably less at times. This time when she was gathering these questions was so much more because she got the questions off TikTok. I don't buy it. Also, how would it take you that long to like screenshot shit?
What has been the hardest part to overcome?
I'm just gonna like it's my thing when she goes like, I'm gonna answer human to human. You're not here, but all that shit. It doesn't matter to me because I look at it and go like, I do not feel you are the type of person who spends 11 minutes a day on it. I feel like even I spend, and I don't actually have an Instagram account, I still somehow spend more time on Instagram than you do. That doesn't really make sense to me. In my opinion, she probably has like 2, because she probably has her one that she's all dramatic with and she blocks all the reaction channels, and she probably then has her like normal like hidden account, which is like her actually going out and stalking reaction channels to see what they do. I would say that watch time is a lot lower because it's whichever one she uses least.
Overcome with having BPD a lot. And I don't know if I've actually overcome any of it. So I'm kind of going to rewrite the question and ask it as if like, what's the hardest part about having BPD? It's
Well, is it waiting to be diagnosed with it? Is that the hardest thing?
The fact that you cannot regulate your emotions. Sometimes it feels physically impossible. Like during
maybe we should get off the internet. If you are entirely unable to regulate your emotions whatsoever, even though you clearly are, because we can like see you like deliberately lying and smirking behind the eyes and stuff like that when you're trying to like mess with people like that. See, I can see that you're doing that, so you can regulate your emotions. But if you can't, get off the fucking internet. You're not cut out for it. Like, you shouldn't be a public figure, especially a controversial public figure, if apparently you feel so bad for any negative things you do and you feel so sad for any bad thing that happens in your life or that you cause, you inflict on other people, but then you're like, oh, well, I can't regulate my emotions, so I don't know, shrug.
In a BPD episode, which are actually sometimes called BPD tantrums, and that's not like in a rude way or whatever. It sounds rude because it's like tantrum, like calm down now. Like
I think everyone's referred to you as having tantrums because you do have tantrums. I'm not even referring to them as a BPD tantrum. I'm referring to them as a childish tantrum.
I'm not throwing a tantrum, but that is just what it's called. So during those episodes, my rational self is still in here.
Yep, sure.
She is like screaming at me, Amberlynn, stop. Amberlynn, calm down. Amberlynn, it's gonna be okay.
Oh.
Regulating those emotions and calming down, it literally feels like someone is telling you, you have to travel outside into space, and I want you to carry the world on your shoulders.
it must be so hard to be Atlas Lynn right here, who is just struggling so hard with this insurmountable challenge that she will surmount and beat, but also at the same time totally use it to excuse all negative behavior that's ever happened before, whilst we of course wait for the official diagnosis of this disorder that she's been using as a shield for like 2 years now.
That's not possible. It truly feels impossible to regulate your emotions, and I'm fully aware
get off the
that
internet.
DBT therapy can help with that. So
I'm fully aware that it can. I haven't gone to it or looked into it in any way, but I might, maybe.
Answer I have is having BPD makes everything feel more extreme than the average. Like the average person, they would say, yeah, I feel happy. Well, when we're happy, people with BPD, it feels euphoric. I
love this person who like has never been officially diagnosed with BPD and who only learned about it fairly fucking recently, so she started using it for like everything in her entire existence. Like, I'm sorry, when you're saying we, and by we, I mean us people with BPD, that she is the spokesperson for fucking BPD.
A person would feel
it's like when Boogie recently did this whole storyline. Well, it's not recently, it's probably like about a year ago at this point. Boogie did a storyline where he pretended that he was finally diagnosed with autism. And Boogie probably does have autism, just based on his traits and all. But he said he'd finally been diagnosed. And then he admitted that, well, he never actually was diagnosed, just he happened to be talking to a therapist, which most people don't think he went to, and they told him that he had autism, even though like they literally can't diagnose him with that. But, you know, whatever, sure. And then he went out as a spokesperson and would defend everything he did online as being like autistic. He had an autistic breakdown. He had a meltdown. He can understand why he did this bad thing in the past and this bad thing in the past because he had autism. They're basically the same person, and it's really weird that all the people who are very much like this online are all very fat.
Angry. Us, we feel burning rage. Regular person feels sad. We literally feel like we're mourning the death of someone we have loved our entire...
Then literally, why haven't you been able to cry at all with your fucking cat? See, my sadness is actually so much sadder than your sadness. Even though all of you guys pointed out that I didn't even look sad when my cat died, well, BBD, that was the ableist off you, you're mean.
Entire lives. Everything feels so strong. And like we're sensitive to like everything. So our moods switch really quickly. Like a lot of people get bipolar and borderline.
Not really. Her mood does not shift very quickly. Her mood, especially on her videos, which I don't, it's if she just said she can't regulate her emotions whatsoever, there's no reason why all of her videos would have the same general tone to them. All of her videos are exactly the same. There's no big switches in mood.
Personality disorder mixed up because we both have mood shifts. So people with bipolar, their moods will change on days or weeks. Oh my
god, she is seriously just sitting here, just trying to read a Wikipedia article at me. Like, I'm sorry. Firstly, I don't think you've been diagnosed with it. I just don't care about your opinion on this. It's really fucking weird. I'm sorry.
While people with BPD like me, our moods will
like
change
me,
multiple times a day, sometimes even multiple times an hour. It's exhausting for us, and I'm sure it's very exhausting.
See, most people think it's like borderline, but actually borderline, they're like pussy wusses compared to me. Mine is like borderline squared. It's like this super extreme borderline. I have BPD. I'm actually so much more worse off than them. I'm actually way bigger a victim.
For the people around us as well. Would you be able to be in a sexless relationship?
Would you be able to touch your toes?
No. This girl...
Yes, you would. Because numerous of your girlfriends have said that you were. So yes, you would.
Pop has done that before and she will never do it again. When I'm with the right one, I am like a sex machine. What am I saying right now?
Oh my god, I'm pretending to have the sex, guys. Oh my god.
What is a rumor about you that is 100% not true?
Oh, can't wait for this one.
Girl, do you have all day? Because I have a whole list.
Oh my god, fingers, snap that bitch up! It's just, I'm sorry, it's just really embarrassing. I feel like I need to bring energy. This is the woman who can't regulate her emotions. Like, if she's like honestly saying that, and she's like feeling annoyed about like people lying about her, where's the sudden explosive burning rage that she talked about a second ago that she would feel as someone totally unable to regulate her emotions in any way? I didn't realize kind of like mild sarcasm and snark was like a BPD trait, but like, I don't know, fucking pop off, bro. Cringe. That really is the best of it. It's just cringe. Especially when she can never like denounce or argue against any of the points.
But for the sake of video purposes and time crunches, there is a few in particular that I would love to mention, but these are things that I promised myself I would never speak about again online. So we're going to skip over those and move on to something else. I'm going to choose something that is like current.
So there's too many to name. There's a billion, trillion, gajillion lies about me. I can't. I can't. Well, shit. We'll just. Well, there's only one really that I can talk about right now online, guys. So there's one that you think that you have a good counterpoint for. Can't wait to hear it.
Currently happening. Two things actually.
Oh,
one,
two.
It is 100% not true. I am not a Feedee. I am not.
Okay, so literally the thing you said earlier on that people think you're lying about. Cool. Oh, she destroyed that rumor, guys, because she said, "Nuh-uh, no, that's not true. No, ma'am, we're not."
In a feeder relationship. That is not what's happening here.
Sure.
Two, the fact that
That was it. That was literally it. Her counterpoint was, "Nah."
some people actually believe this is sick, but there are people who believe that I let Rarity out on purpose to stay in Wisconsin longer.
Yeah.
Tommy didn't want me to leave. Tommy said I am welcome there.
Sure. Yeah, you're 100% sure, bro. I'm sorry. You just going, "Nah," and then saying what someone else told you, especially when you've said, "Oh, well, my girlfriend," or like back at the time, said this to me, and then later on we find out that it was just literally a lie anyway. So it doesn't prove anything, you not having a counterpoint.
There forever. Rarity is my heart, my soul, my best friend, my everything.
Clearly.
I would have never in a million years done that. And if you
I think you would have put her through a wood chipper if it got you views on YouTube.
know me in person, you would know that to be true. But that's what people...
But that's the thing, you don't know me in person. Yeah, just like everyone, because no one likes you. You have no friends. If you have no friends, maybe it's saying something about you.
do. They create these really disgusting rumors about me and just like hold on to them for dear life. I know nothing I say will ever change anyone's opinion.
Yep.
But for the sake of answering the question, there's your
that I had to answer because, you know, this Q&A series super important, guys.
answer. All right, you guys. So that is part one, and I will...
It's so weird that she left all of the important big ticket questions. I thought these were random ones in random order. That's so weird that all of the important ones were left till the end when she was arguing with reaction channels and being smug and trying to like upset people and troll people and stuff. It's so weird that all of them were saved to the last 3 minutes when we're about 7 mid-roll ads through. That's wow. Crazy, bro. So just pretty much a normal Q&A video of hers. I don't like the problem with Amber is that she has no life, like, at all. I think I've mentioned that like once, twice, or maybe a billion times at this point. So like, how are we getting another 75 questions? We've hit like, I think nearly every major point that we usually cover, and it's usually how upset are you by reaction channels? Answer a lot. Is your current girlfriend the most perfect person in the world? Yes, of course she is, because she's my current girlfriend. So of course she's the most perfect person in the world. And what's your we haven't had what's your favorite color? There you go. Sorry, that's good. That's gonna be at least another 25 of the questions. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.